Hello everyone, how are you guys doing? Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. How are you guys doing today? My name is Francine. If you don't know already, this is my channel Manifold Destiny, and I'm here for another video. And so I wanted to make sure that for every one of my videos, I have an intention and I have a channeled message to share that Spirit has been giving me or has been giving me information on. And I decided that today was a perfect day for me to talk about a specific message that I received. There's something, there's urgency in this message, and I want to make sure that the people that are meant to hear it know what it is. It's going to be particularly for a group of individuals that are going through a very big cycle in a relationship in particular. There's a partnership here that I want to touch base on. But before I do, because I'm always ready to kind of get into it, I do want to let you guys know that I'm so thankful that you're here. Thank you for deciding to tune in to my messages. Thank you for being a part of the collective and the people that I do reach. If you're returning, thank you so much for coming back. I thank you so much for subscribing, for liking, and for commenting on my videos. It truly means a lot to me to get the feedback that I really desire to have. So to start off, I wanted to let you guys know this is specifically going to cater to a group of people that are in a marriage. And so I asked Spirit, what does that really even mean? Because it can be a marriage in regards to career. It can be a marriage in regards to like a love, a romantic relationship. It can be any partnership that you guys have made a commitment towards. And I found that Spirit was actually trying to get me to talk to a specific group of married individuals, people who have tied the knot, people that have been married. I'm hearing someone here has been married for about 25 years, but there's something about a cycle of, whether it be infidelity, whether it be lies, whether it be a number of things that have kind of been held back or not addressed that need to be addressed. And so when I was asking Spirit for guidance, I like to tune into the energy of the individuals that I'm going to be speaking to, because I don't want to be general in any way, shape, or form. I want this to be a very specific group of people so that those that are meant to hear it will know within the first 2 minutes of my video that it's for them. So I want to talk about these 3 cards here that came through. So Spirit, I asked Spirit, what are you going, like, where are you going with this message in particular? And I got building blocks, number 28, which reduces to 1. I have unfinished symphony, which is 10, that reduces to 1 once again. And then I got never ending story, which is 37, which reduces to 1. So Spirit really wants to talk about something new that's entering a group of you, a group of your lives, in regards to a cycle that you had with this individual and how you yearn for success, you yearn for it to be stable, something to be efficient in this relationship, in this marriage, but there's something that's not going as you planned, or there's something unfinished that needs to be addressed in order for this foundation to take root. So there's something either you need to do inside the relationship that's not being done, or there's something that needs to be done outside of the relationship that needs to be ended or addressed and completed in order for this relationship to take its final form. And so what I want to do is I want to tune into your energy a bit more. I'm just really thankful that your guides, your ancestors are present here because I can feel them. I just want to ask them, spirit guides, angels, and ancestors that are here for the collective, for the people that are meant and most important for this message, that need to hear this message. Please guide me into understanding exactly what is going on. Please help me to speak to them in the way that is beneficial for them most, the way that they're meant to hear this message. Please do not let me sugarcoat anything. Please let me really truly speak and be a mouthpiece for the collective that are going through this experience. Thank you so much. Alrighty guys, so I want to see and tune into exactly the group of people, more of what you guys are going through. Spirit, what would you like to say from the Kipper deck for them specifically? What cards would you like me to pull? Okay. What cards would you like to come forth for the collective? Okay, so we know for sure, I just heard the number 7. So we're going to flip these over and continue until we get there. So 1, 2, 3, 4. What other messages would you like to share with this specific group of people? Thank you so much, Spirit. What would you like to tell the collective that are needing to hear this message? What is the final message? There we go. Okay, so, we have, first of all, I want to touch base on these cards in particular, obviously, but I want to go back to what we were just talking about with building blocks, with unfinished symphony, and with never-ending story. So these 3 cards reduced to 1, which tells me that there's something about you guys starting over in some form or fashion in a relationship. Even if you guys have been in a relationship for a long period of time, there's something about endings. Something is ending, something is being concluded, something is being started. You guys are like restarting in this relationship. I'm hearing 34, so you may be 34 years old. I feel like some of you are going through this stage of saying, I've had enough of the cycles. I've had enough of the same response or the same actions or the same things happening over and over and over again, and there's no resolution. At the bottom of the deck, we had here why, number 31, which reduces to 4. There's a number of you that are questioning this relationship and trying to understand, why did it end up this way? Why did it have to go this way? Why did they do this to me? Why did this occur? There's a lot of questioning going on. And next we have TikTok. There's something that needs to be done with this urgency. So we had number 31, number 4 at the bottom, which is about stability. You're questioning the stability of your relationship at its core. You're trying to understand, is this like a solid foundation, or why isn't this solid as it should be? We have then TikTok, there's time. There's a sense of you like having like limited time or needing to get this done, or having an expectation of things being resolved as soon as possible. You're not willing to wait anymore, or vice versa. Please take this as it resonates, because I'm talking to many people here, and you need to see which side you are on if this is going to resonate with you. There's a sense of urgency with number 3 or 30. So we went from 4 to 3, and we have the last one is breathe. There's this essence of you needing to take time off to understand, with time to go and breathe. There's you taking time out to say, okay, wait a minute, what is going on in this relationship? I need to understand this from a more level-headed perspective, and that's number 29, which reduces to 11, which reduces to 2. So you have 4, 3, 2. It's like you're going back to the basics here. You're going back to the basics of what happened, what's going on, how can I resolve this, how can I get to a level playing field, is what I'm hearing. And so what you guys got, just to kind of clarify, the next cards you got were occupation, number 34, which is the number I was just thinking about. These cards, I don't pay attention to the numbers until I need to. So when I think of occupation, I think of you trying to work at something. You're working hard. Of course, people think it's always about just like a work relationship. This is about you working at a relationship to the core. Like you really trying to figure out, how can I make this work? How can I make this relationship what it's meant to be? But we have here a mature woman. So you may be a mature woman watching. You don't have to be older in the sense that you had to go through a number of things and be in your 50s, 40s, or 60s. Mature woman is about your state of mind and your state of being. So we don't want to kind of look at mature as only being a certain age, because maturity is something that comes with time, but it comes with experience. It's not just one thing or one-sided. So this person that I'm speaking to likely is a female or a feminine energy that is going through a difficulty in the relationship where they're trying so hard to make it work. But there's also this element of a false person, this person who is not, there's someone behind the scenes here. And I don't want to be, kind of like dramatic about it, but there's like someone that's lurking in the shadows here with this individual that you're dealing with in the relationship. There's a false individual that is kind of like, that is making you feel insecure in some sense of the word of your relationship, of what's going on in your relationship, of feeling like you're not able to trust this other individual. So this false person we're going to get to in a second, but they're at the core because they're at the first 3 of the first row. We also have here child. So there may be a child involved in this process, or maybe a child that's involved that is being affected by this back and forth between you guys. Maybe this is like a relationship you guys have had, or a marriage you've had for a long time, and you guys are going through the divorce proceedings, or you're going through the court system, but there's a child in the balance that's being affected. A children as well, it could be more than one, but there are children at somehow involved in this situation. We have despair as well. So there's a sense of like feeling like you're at the end of your rope here, a feeling like, what is going on here? Like, I'm doing the work. I'm taking care of the kids. I'm doing the things that I should be doing as a parent, as a wife, but I don't feel like this is going the way it should be. Why are you not doing this too? Like, I feel like someone's questioning the other person in the relationship. Like, why isn't this working out the way it should? We also have here unexpected income. And what I'm feeling from this right off the bat, I'm feeling like the other person in this relationship is somehow receiving unexpected income, or is receiving more income than they are stating. There's like this unexpected expense that's like something is coming into their view, or they're having an opportunity to make more money in some form or fashion. They just want you to know that. This can also be about unexpected income for you because you're despairing about the financial resources that you do have. We also have at the end lovers. So there's definitely a relationship here, a partnership that needs to be really hashed out. There's some karma, there's a cycle that needs to be ended between the two of you. And I feel like when I'm looking at all of these together, you guys have created a relationship that has taught you a lot of lessons. There's a lot of lessons here, a lot of recognition of all of the people that were involved in this relationship, and all of what you learned has been beneficial, but it has not been easy. We have here number 7689596. So we have this like essence of you receiving a gift out of your experiences with your child, of receiving something that truly was invaluable to you as a mother, as a father, and you taking that and saying, I value this relationship that I have with my child, or the relationship that I get to have, because even if I'm not doing well with the person that I'm married to or was married to, I know that I have this child and I'm so thankful for them. There's almost a sense of you realizing the divinity of the child that came across your path through this person, through this partner, even if they weren't meant to stay in your life. It's like you're saying, okay, well, I was dealt this hand, but I did something beautiful out of it. It may not last or stand the test of time, but I do know that that it wasn't a mistake. I don't regret it, is what I'm hearing. Spirit, what would you like to say for this group? What would you like to say in terms of where they're at currently, where they should be? Please help us understand that. We have first here a time for healing. So I'm feeling a lot of that with the never-ending story here. There's a sense of you going through this pattern of being in despair and worrying about something. We have that 3 times here. We have despair, we have never-ending story of feeling very frustrated and just down, and understanding that this is the time for healing to take place. Know that you are healing, that you are doing all the things you're meant to be doing, that the situation is not beyond the creator, whatever it is that you believe, but beyond your control. You can make this something beautiful. A time for healing, balsamic moon. We also have here as well, because I want to organize everything, which is just like me. So let me just put everything together here. We also have next, we have a time to give rather than take. I feel like with this card, I'm getting the word reflect. There's a need for you to reflect on what you've given. I think it's more so reflecting on what you've put into the relationship, what you have done to make it work. A time to reflect rather than to feel vengeful, in the sense that you feel like that someone owes you something. I think you're giving it back to yourself. I think you're giving yourself the much needed rest and attention that you desire and that you deserve. I think you're deciding to put yourself first. I think you're deciding to not take or play this victim mentality. You're deciding to stand up for yourself and say, well, I'm not going to be disempowered. I'm going to be empowered. We have here, don't let pride get in your way. So there's a need for you, and your guides want you to know that there's a need for you to not let pride get in your way. This sense of feeling like you are, you're owed everything, despite knowing that the person themselves involved in this are also a part of this. They are learning and they are growing, and they may not be growing as quickly as you are, but they are experiencing things that are necessary for them to move forward in this life. And I think that you're recognizing that pride is not going to really get you anywhere. You have humility. There's a need for you to see that being humble and staying humble and saying, you know what, I recognize my part to play in something, and I recognize when it's not my part to play in something. But you also are recognizing that you have the power to take back your ownership of whatever it was that you might have done along the way that you didn't approve of later on in life. There may have been things that you did that you realize, wow, this was not a good idea. Maybe it was even marrying this person. You thought, wow, why didn't I not see the signs? Why didn't I realize this beforehand, is what I'm hearing. And there's a need for you to not let any pride or any feeling of feeling like that you are a victim in this entire situation. There's a need for you to let that go. You're moving forward, and you're being empowered by your decision. Confidence is your key to success. Have confidence in your path. Have confidence in the ability to succeed in your endeavors. Have confidence that you are going to do all that you need to do, and you will do it in the right. The time has come, is what I'm hearing, for you to do what the next step is in your path and your journey. Take the next step and don't look back. Have confidence in your decision now to move forward, okay? Out of this never-ending story, out of this confusing mess or confusing situation. Allow yourself to step out of your comfort zone here with the North Node. Some of you guys need to look to your North Node to recognize what it is that you're moving towards and what you're moving away from. For instance, if your North Node is in Libra, you're moving towards partnerships, you're moving towards alliances, of recognizing your part to play in balancing not only yourself internally first, but also the environment around you, of being involved with others, of having partnerships that are truly stable and sound. And looking away from the South Node, which is Aries, of recognizing that it exists, because Aries is more so about self. It's more so focusing on who you are as an individual and on sharpening and getting to know yourself more. You're moving out of that if you're a North Node in Libra. I just wanted to mention that. This is a need for you to step out of what's comfortable to you and to step into something completely new. What do we have here? We have the South Node. Don't let your past hold you back. So we have the North Node and the South Node. So someone here needs to know about the North Node and their South Node. That will be very important in understanding why this is happening and how this can actually help you move forward in your experiences. Whatever your experiences were, your North and South Node and your life path will be very involved in this process. If you can find what that is, what your North Node, South Node, and life path number are, that'll tell you what you're likely going to experience in the grand scheme of things. If your North Node, for instance, is Libra, like I was saying, and your life path like 6, your partnerships are going to be very heavily addressed in your life. If your birth chart will also tell you these things. So I plan on talking more about that, but that is the gist of what Spirit is saying from the Moonology deck. We also have, what do you need to release? Some of you guys are releasing this relationship, or you're releasing some of the pain, or all of the pain that was inflicted during this process when you were married or when you were with this individual. There needs to be some healing. Allow yourself to heal appropriately, guys, okay? Are there any final messages that you'd like to share, Spirit? And I just want to make sure the camera is still working. Let me just check really quick. Okay, good. We're good. I want to make sure you guys are getting the full message. Sometimes with everything going on, it might shift. So Mercury retrograde has happened. So there's been incidences of that. And I don't want to make that the reason or blame Mercury retrograde, but it's a part of it. Spirit, what would you like to say in addition to what I've already said for my beautiful people that are tuning in for this specific message today? What would you like to tell them in particular? All right. So we have here a couple of cards. Felt like doing that first. That, and that. So the first card we have here is the Three of Cups. It's about celebration, but I'm also feeling like a third party energy. I'm getting also that there likely was a third party involved in this as well, because we had false person earlier, and now we have the Three of Cups and we have the Fool. It's about stepping out and stepping forward out of a situation that was very turbulent in your love life in particular. This could also be celebration of your new step forward and of speaking your truth with the Judgment card that we have here next. This is about speaking out for what's right, for who you are as a person, for not settling for what someone else has given you. There's some things that you've held on to that Spirit is wanting you to speak out about, whether it be through counseling, through therapy, through telling this person face to face and confronting them. If that's something that Spirit is really drawing you to do, speak it, and speak what has been coming up in your in your mind, what's been coming up in your heart, safely. Okay, I want you guys to be safe in everything that you're doing. If this person is not willing or able to listen and to allow you to express your thoughts, don't put yourself in harm's way. Okay, I just want you guys to know that there is a need for you to somehow speak out about the things that you've been holding hostage, is what I'm hearing. You guys have been holding on to things that are not meant for you. There are things and frustrations that you have not even shared with this person yet. There's a need for you to recognize that it's important and it's worth talking about, because that will produce a tower moment. A tower moment. My voice is going away, guys. There's like a need for this tower moment to be highlighted, because once you do speak out, the tower moment will come, and there's going to be an unexpected shift that comes through, and it's going to involve this hermit energy of introspection. This person may begin to think and actually then realize some of the things that were going on. If they're not, this is about you speaking and vocalizing what has been inside of you for so long, and making sure that that the light has been shed on this topic, because I think it's going to accomplish this. I'm hearing so many things that I'm trying to speak it out right now. Can you guys, spirit guides, angels, ancestors, please slow down on what you're saying to me so that I can understand? There's a Four of Cups energy is about seeing things, recollecting or seeing things that you did not see before. There's a need for you to recognize something once you speak out about it. With the Hermit and the Four of Cups, this is something that you might not have addressed, that will be addressed. Okay, guys? So there's a need for you to speak out and to speak your truth, to act on moving forward in this new cycle, because when the tower falls, there's going to be some understanding or some revelation of what's going on here. We have at the bottom the Ten of Cups. This is true fulfillment. We have death, this transformation, and we have the Six of Cups. This is about going back to the past and ending whatever is going on, whatever has not been addressed in the past, and letting it go. There's a need for you to heal some evidence or some aspect of your past so that you can be efficient, is what I'm hearing, with your future. Some of you guys have been dwelling a little too much in your past, and that's been distracting you. Okay, guys? So I want to also touch base on another thing, because I feel like I want to see what the outcome will be for you guys. What will be the outcome of this relationship once the message has been received and this individual decides to move forward? What will the situation be for this marriage, for this couple? So we have one that fell down. I'm going to mention all of them in a second. Hearing 3 cards. What will be the result of this conversation, of speaking out about something that is very important and very enlightening for this person, this other party in the marriage? What would you like to say is going to come out of this? All right, so is there anything else, Spirit? Is there anything else? No, that's it. So we have here thoughts. Number 16 is going to come out of this. They're going to begin to reflect on what's going on. There's going to be a conversation that produces this effect where they're just like, okay, wait, what? Like, they're just going to start thinking like, I didn't think of it like that. Like, what's going on here? Or just a lot of contemplation mentally. There's going to be a lot of contemplation from this person. I also got Thief in reverse. Typically the Kipper deck does not reflect on reversals. But what I got out of it being in reverse particularly was this sense of the end of something being withheld from you. I have a feeling it's really regarding this sense of like withdrawing from you. This person who is involved might have been withdrawing from you in some form or fashion. There's a sense of you feeling like you have so much after you share what's been going on in your heart and your mind. It's like you have this weight lifted off of your shoulders, and there's a sense of you no longer being a victim to someone that's draining your energy, of giving yourself the power back that you've lost or you felt like you lost. We have the number 7 and 6. 7, divine timing, about the divine at work, the effects of this situation ending the way it's meant to be, and you coming out of this partnership not feeling chained to it, or feeling like you're stuck with this individual. If that's the case, we have community. So it's almost like you come into this camaraderie, or this sense of feeling comforted by your guides, by your loved ones. I feel like more so your guides and your loved ones being very proud of you for ending this previous cycle and starting something beautiful. I have a feeling that they're trying to tell you at the bottom of the deck with change that you're going to be transforming. There's huge transformation coming your way, and they're very proud of you for taking this next step. So when you do take this next step, you're going to see massive transformation in your life. We also have here sudden wealth. We have main male. And we have wealthy man. I feel very strongly that you are literally going to give something to this significant other that's going to kind of rack their brains, and it's going to make them recognize you for who you are. Not so that you can go back into that relationship necessarily, because there has to be the evidence of something changing if there's a problem. But there's this essence of him being more informed, or whoever this energy is being more informed. If it's vice versa, take it as it resonates. But there's this energy of you giving them so much because you told them how you truly felt, and you laid it all out on the line, and you said, you know what, I'm not going to stand for this shit. I'm not going to do this anymore. I'm going to tell you just like it is and what you did. I want to also use my deck that I made. I'm making a couple of these decks. This one's for the divine feminine. It's going to be for those of you that resonate for the divine feminine. I want to see what message comes through. What message would you like to give for this group in particular, Spirit? I'm hearing 3 cards. Can I have 3? What message would you like to share with the divine feminine? What situations are they in right now, as far as what message would they like to share? What message would the divine masculine like to share, or this individual would like to share for the divine feminine? What would you like to say for the divine feminine? Thank you. All right, so we're gonna do the first 3. The first one is, you know now. I know that. And I had in my mind's eye, I was thinking about that. This one's about what this individual is saying. They said, I made my bed and now I lie in it, fair and square. You got me. I'm not fighting this. You deserve to know. So there's another third party, like I was saying, that's involved in this situation, and they know that you know. They know that now. The next one we have is soul retrieval, mirroring, and mentalities. One step forward, stepping through sadness one of these days. And it says here, moving past the supposed complexities of my karma, please don't hold it against me. Inner child wounding has been revealed, but I am moving closer to the goal. This person is seeing themselves for who they really are. They're seeing themselves for how you mirrored or triggered something in them that made them recognize that they were doing the wrong thing, or that they were doing something that was not deserving and wasn't the right thing to do in this relationship. They're beginning to look back to where this trauma and where this inner child healing needs to take place. They need to address some really deep issues, maybe with women in particular, or with pleasing other people, of wanting to be wanted. Rather than coming to you and telling you what they felt, they decided to act on it. That's what I'm getting for you guys. And the last one says, these games are tiring. They're wicked. They came at a cost. It says, what I give isn't meaningless to me. It is the part of me that is unleashed in fear. This is the emotion I thrive in when words are difficult to express. So this person may not be communicating, like I said with you, because they act on their feelings. They may act in a way that's not healthy, that's toxic, in order to appease their ego. And there's a need for there to be conversation about this, because that will bring greater revelation of what's been going on this entire time in this relationship, because it needs to be said. And there's going to be a lot of healing that comes through that. At the bottom, we have time has flown. Are we nearing our reunion? It's worth it, isn't it? This is about there being at one point in time, or will be this reconciliation at some point. But that doesn't mean getting back with the person. This is just a need for you to recognize that there needs to be healing. Healing is needed in this relationship. And then from there, you take it where it may lead. But there needs to be this sense of recognizing the wrongs. Okay guys, so that's what I have for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed this. If you really love this, please like, share, and subscribe. That is what really helps me see the people that are really resonating with this content, with this message. My name is Francine, again, with Manifold Destiny, and I will be back for more channeled messages. So I love you guys, and you take care. Bye.